Introducing first, standing to my left, fighting out of Psychoville, Psycho Mike Rollins. And his opponent, from Calgary, Alberta, weighing in at 196 pounds, rock steady, Alex Vega.
Here we go with some one-on-one competition here. Alex Vega, known as Rocksteady, taking on Psycho Mike Rollins. And boy, am I pleased to introduce to you the man who's joining me on color commentary. None other than the trainer extraordinaire at Squared Circle Training. The man responsible for the careers of the likes of Tracy Brooks, Angelina Love, Taylor Wilde, Gail Kim.
You better hurry up, or this match might be over by the time you finish that intro.
And Kizarni. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Flego.
Thanks for the great intro there, Arda. I didn't think you were going to end. Well, we got some time. Mike Rollins here is playing to the crowd, looks like.
So now you have trained Alex Vega. Tell us what Alex Vega was like in training when you first got him, first day of class. What was he like?
You know, a lot of people ask me that when someone, after years and years of being with us, and then they ask me how was he like their first day. And I can't remember their first day because we spent so many hours and so many years training that to remember one guy in his first day is impossible. But
okay, so how about his development?
Well, definitely his development. He's come a long way. So I can only assume he picked. You know, when he was his early training, he was very talented, very athletic. Obviously, I think he comes from a breakdancing background, whatever that is. So yeah,
breakdancing is?
I do, but you know, to say you're a breakdancer is like saying, you make origami, right? Whatever.
I don't think that's the same.
Needless to say, he's very athletic.
Fair enough.
As you can see,
very athletic. Right there, beautifully done. Well, he's going to have to do that against Psycho Mike Rollins, who's got the power advantage. But look at that, he's just tossing him around. Very well done. Another front kick. And Psycho Mike needs to regroup now. It always seems like many of your students are very well versed in the air. They're very acrobatic.
I wonder why that is.
Wow, I wonder. You tell us. Oh, look at that. Right off the second turnbuckle, and Mike Rollins to the outside.
Well, if you're gonna let me answer the question. Stop talking for a minute. Oh, here we go with a big. Start to talk and watch the action at the same time. I guess the flying capacity comes, from my old style of wrestling, which was a high-flying style.
Well, you spent some time in Mexico, of course, CMLL. You were an AWF champion, as I remember.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So,
the Psycho Mike getting the advantage in this match here against Rocksteady Alex Vega, who is hailed from Calgary, Alberta, but of course, as we know, got his training here in Toronto. Definite size advantage going to Psycho Mike. Very unpredictable guy. Rob, why don't we talk about some of the highlights of your career? You certainly traveled the world, and you even had matches with WWE. Well, once you were in the ring with Owen Hart.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago. I was just starting out, and back then they had what we call, at the time, that they called it was like, they just had weekend TV shows. They used to show every Saturday afternoon. They had shows like Shotgun and WWF Superstars, which, was the warm-up shows basically for the big pay-per-views. And so I had a few chances to get on a few of those shows, worked a few of the big names at the time. And like anything, I was, very young, great experience to travel around and to work with some of these guys. But that's all gone now. There's no such thing as these kind of TV shows anymore.
Well, still, you're getting a lot of students coming to the gym saying, I want to become a professional wrestler, just like Alex Vega, who is doing very well right now against Psycho Mike, who is using it right now because he's on the up. He just
out on 2.5 there.
And you can see the definite size advantage for Psycho Mike Rollins, matching power with unpredictability. Very unique attire from Psycho Mike.
What is he like? Yeah, I guess he's going for that punk rock kind of look. I wonder if he's related to what's the singer from Black Flag there?
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. There you go.
Maybe even a relation to Seth Rollins. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know.
Is that the actor?
No, he's actually a WWE superstar. But nevertheless,
who's that actor guy?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Show business these days.
What are you talking about?
What's that chubbier guy that does a lot of movies? Comedy.
I'm second guessing this idea to bring you on commentary.
Well, that's your idea.
Okay, so students like Alex Vega come to you.
Yes.
And what is the number one thing that you give them in terms of advice in the wrestling business?
Once they're training or once they're ready to go out there and wrestle?
Okay, let's talk
narrow it down a bit.
When they first come to you for training, before they even step foot in the ring, what's the biggest piece of advice you give them?
I basically tell them try not to get hurt too badly, because the first couple of months is like the worst time of your life when it comes to injuries and just bumps and bruises. You're going to second guess yourself 100 times if wrestling's for you, just from the first few weeks being at any wrestling school. The body has to basically.
Oh, look at that!
Big right hand there.
Yeah, Alex Vega showing some of that resolve in this match as he's going to try and look. That will never work against Mike Rollins, I tell you that. Oh, look, he just catches him there in midair.
He's scouted out.
He may just have a big landing right here into almost a muscle buster position there. Wow, look at that. Right on the back. The shoulder just digs right in the small of the back. He'll hook the leg. This may be all. No, it's not. Alex Vega able to kick out. So now, a guy like Alex Vega completes his training with you. He's ready to go and take bookings in the world. What do you tell him?
I basically tell him the same thing. Don't get hurt.
So it's the same advice from day 1 to day 365.
Oh, you get hurt, it puts you on the shelf for a few months at a time, right? You want to try and go out there and try and come out almost as good as you went in. All right? And too late. I'm trying to do an interview here. Anyway.
Well, what do you think of your pupil right now, who's in tough against Psycho Mike?
Like you said, he's hanging tough.
He's in tough.
Psycho Mike is focusing on the lower back there.
He certainly is.
Try to turn him over and try and pin him, because in the end, you have to pin the person, right?
He hooks the leg there, only 2 count.
You can administer punishment all you want, but in the end, whoever gets the win.
Psycho Mike, easily distracted by the crowd. That's the one thing, if you were able to single out perhaps a challenge for Psycho Mike, is that the crowd certainly seems to get under his skin, and that may prove to be a theme as this match progresses. Nevertheless, for Alex Vega looking for that second wind.
He seems to have, spoke too soon. He seemed to have found it for a second there, but
boot to the face. And Psycho Mike in complete control.
Capitalize a little bit. Should be on top of the man, a little stronger.
So this is, you don't approve of this. You want him to go for the pin right here.
Well, I hope so. Like I said, in the end, it's getting the win and moving on.
What, you've been training students. Oh, look at that, a cutter right there out of nowhere from Alex Vega. Hook the leg. Almost.
Very close.
You've been training students for about 11 years now?
About that.
About 11 years. So how has your training changed from day 1 to today?
It hasn't.
Not at all.
Not at all. You know?
The same principles apply, the same psychology applies.
Nothing has changed, right? We start from the basics.
Almost there. Alex Vega again, flying through the air. And like we mentioned it before, we can see that inspiration from El Fuego.
Thanks.
The mask hanging in the office at Squared Circle Training. Several of your friends given autographs. Just a wonderful, wonderful scene at Squared Circle Training.
You're getting a kick out of this, aren't you?
Come on, Rob. Let's get serious here, okay?
Wow, I thought I was.
This ring looks very familiar, by the way.
How so?
I think it may be yours.
It is.
That's all. That's all we have to say about that. A superplex, perhaps, here by Psycho Mike. This may be all for Alex Vega. If he gets hit with this, then it's done. I'm not sure what else he would have left in the tank after a superplex from Psycho Mike. But instead, wait a second. Trying with the right hands here, and Fuego can't see because the camera was in front of him. But
I got horrible seats here. I'm doing commentary, but I can't see what's going on in the ring.
He's gonna, from the highlight base, look at that! With a pump! And oh man, I thought that was it! Who's the most high-flying guy you've ever had through your doors? But who you would categorize as the best high flyer you've ever trained?
Honestly, probably. I would have to, I'd probably say Brent Banks. Brent B. Yeah. Probably one of the better high flyers. Extremo, obviously, was very good. Cody 45. All great high flyers. Natural high flyers.
Tiger Powerbomb there did not end the match, and Psycho Mike is beside himself. He's not too happy that the match isn't ended here. Brent Banks, we saw earlier today, we were just mentioning him.
Yep.
And of course Extremo, a big name, especially in the mid-2000s, in the old BSE. And by the way, Rob, these ring aprons look very familiar.
They're just black, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, if we were to turn them around, I'm not sure.
Wow, if you turn anything around, it's going to look different. Turn yourself inside out and see what happens.
See what happens. What's Psycho Mike thinking of here? He's thinking of a vertical suplex, perhaps. Look at that reversal. Very well done by Alex Vega, getting out of a precarious position. Oh, big forearm there.
Gotta keep your head up. Gotta keep your head up. He's cooking up with something here.
Good advice there. Gotta keep your head up. Exactly. And Alex Vega will ram his opponent into the turnbuckles. Maybe gave him too much time there as he got a boot to the face. Off the ropes. Oh, a pump kick right to the face. Alex Vega's going to be feeling that tomorrow morning.
Time limit on this match. Seems to be going a little long.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear. I believe we've been going in excess of 12
I
to 13
think they're getting right
minutes.
to the 15-minute mark, if you ask me.
Well, the referee certainly has his finger on the pulse in terms of the time here. Why are you waving your tie and biting your pen? Stop that, Rob. Yeah, why are you...
I don't know, I got things to do, place to go. Great crowd here on hand.
Not bad. Hey, listen, you do a lot of independent shows. This is a decent crowd.
Very good.
All here to see some great professional wrestling, and Psycho Mike now back to the corners. What's Alex Vega thinking of here? No, he will get pushed to the ring apron. He will block that. Oh, the kick will be blocked. Look at these series of reversals. Finally, the kick lands its mark. Springboard, perhaps? No, up to the middle ropes. Oh, look at that. Beautifully done.